The dwindling revenue generated and distributed among the three tiers of government has been a major source of concern for state governors, especially as some states are no longer able to meet up with the financial obligations owing to shortfalls in the revenue allocation from the Federation account. Revenue allocations to the three tiers of government between January and May 2021 revolve around 640 billion and 616.886 billion naira. Compared to 2020 figures, the allocations was between 716.30 billion and 606.19 billion naira. This shortfall in revenue generation and distribution and its impact on states now raises question on the rationale behind states' dependency on the federal government allocation.
When we were in the national conference, everyone who came for, state creation made an argument that within their own states that they have what it takes to survive. So the indolence that we are seeing is as a result of not being interested in harnessing the resources, because there is still something to be shared.
But the chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum does not think that states depend on the central government for survival.
We have 26% of that federation account. Local governments have 20%. Federal government has 52% of it. We're not dependent on federal government.
According to data from the National Bureau of Statistics, only a few subnationals, including Lagos, Rivers, Delta, Kano, and the FCT, have internally generated revenue that could perhaps sustain their recurrent expenditure. Many states, including Zamfara, Yobe, Niger, Nasarawa, and Kebbi, are far below on the table. So what can be done to break the circle of overdependence on the federal government?
How do we ensure that what is generated goes on promoting entrepreneurship? Because that's really the key. The extent to which we can support our small and medium scale enterprises to grow into themselves and generate more funds is how we're going to break this chain of dependency that you're talking about.
The constitutional issues that impede the ability of the states to have what you call resource democracy can be taken away by the constitutional amendments.
The problem we have with the mining is that the mineral that is below the ground belongs to the federal government. But I have the right on the surface of the ground. So how do you go under the ground without calling on the landowner to access it? And that is the crux of the matter, and it hasn't been resolved.
Every state in Nigeria is blessed with some form of natural resource. Many believe that pending when those constitutional impediments limiting states from exploring those resources for their development are resolved, governors can still look inwards and develop other means of growing their internally generated revenue.